Hey guys, welcome back. Well, today I'm going to be taking a look at the Yuneec Breeze 4K. This is of course one of these selfie drones. This is a brushless GPS one made to take, mostly selfie photos and videos is what it's aimed at. Now, like many things recently, this is also sent to me by Brian over at True Drone Reviews. And I want to apologize for Brian for taking so long to get to this drone because he sent me this back in January, and I just now finally get a chance to get it up in the air for its test, its flight review. I have actually flown this several times already recently, but I wanted to get it up today before the storms move in and try to at least give you guys an idea how this thing flies. Now, because this is not new, this is several years old. I don't know if this particular one is, but the model's been out for a while. I'm not going to do a full review on this because there's really no point doing a full review on this. There's a plethora of reviews on YouTube for this particular drone. So doing a big giant overview on this with this late in the game is doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. So I'm going to just do a flight review of this today, give you guys an idea how this thing flies, because it's pretty nice and you can sometimes pick these up for around $100. I think that's what Brian got his second one, so he sent me his old one. Now, the battery is a 3S battery that's here in the back, and just sort of make a beep. I'm not sure what it's saying there, probably because I got it on and I'm moving it around. But the stock battery that came with this, the battery is getting old and it doesn't fly very long. I need to get a replacement. They're about 25 bucks I've seen. So I don't think I'll be able to do a whole lot of features today because the flight time is maybe, I don't know, 8-9 minutes maybe. I don't know what this advertised is, but I'm sure that's much less than it's supposed to be. It's 1150 milliamp 3S LiPo that comes with this guy. So we will see what we all get in the video. Now, it has an infrared sensor here on the bottom here, and this is your optical flow. So you've got these to help hold position and detect the ground. And you also get your GPS. So it is a really nice position hold for this little drone. Now, he did also send me the Bluetooth controller, and unfortunately I cannot get that thing to bind with my phone. It does connect to it, but when I open the app up every time, the app either says it's connecting to the Bluetooth, or the Bluetooth connection failed, or it disconnected. So I've just given up. I cannot get it to work with this phone. I've got other phones I may try, but it could just be my Android One phone. I don't know, it's very strange. I know I'm doing it right. I've looked at other videos on it. I probably spent a half an hour yesterday trying to get it to connect, and I finally just gave up. But fortunately, this drone is pretty easy to fly because it's made to take selfies. So even though I'm not a big fan of flying by your phone because I just don't like the feel of it, it seemed to be pretty easy to fly this guy with it. Now, as I mentioned, it does have a 4K camera. This is 4K capable, and this is motorized one axis, so it can go all the way, down a ways and back up. And it does have image stabilization if you use the 720p or the 1080. I'm going to be using the 1080, so I get some stabilization. It's kind of a soft stabilization, so it stabilizes the image, but it doesn't crop the image down a whole lot to make it perfect, so you get a bigger field of view. But it still looks much better. 4K is going to obviously look the best, but it's going to have a whole lot of movement because obviously to stabilize 4K requires extremely high-end, powerful hardware, so it's only able to stabilize the 1080p. So we'll go ahead now, take it up with using just my phone, and we'll fly it around for a minute with some picture-in-picture, and you guys can see that the image and video quality actually looks really good. And we'll just fly it around here for a moment, and I may do there's a droney mode where you can fly up at the angle of your camera, set it away from you. I might try that. It's called journey mode. And there's a selfie mode, which is a little bit different controls for someone just starting out, so you can just set your distance, have it hold there from you. Because it has reverse controls out of the box. I think I have that disabled because I don't like the reverse controls, but the reason I do that is because, if you're facing you, your controls are opposite, if you are used to, maintain your orientation. So the way to kind of think of this drone is, if you're flying it as regular controls, is the camera's on the butt of the drone. That's the way you'd want to think of it. When it's facing you, I should say. It's actually like the butt of the drone with the reverse controls turned on, I should say. All right, let's go ahead and set this down. Hopefully this will go for me. I've been moving it around so much. I hope I didn't mess anything up because it's obviously thinks it's sitting on level ground. So I'm going to set it down here. And I'm not screen recording the app, but it's called the Breeze app. I've got 15 satellites and 92% battery, so I'm going to go into tasks, and then you can just go to pilot as your basic one. Everything's blue now. There's nothing crossed out, which means it's got a good GPS lock. So I got GPS on. I'm gonna go ahead and press the pilot mode, and then you just swipe your screen here, and there it goes. And let's see, we want to start recording some video first. So let's see if I can get to the camera settings on this video. And sometimes it's confusing to me. I think you have to take off first. It's kind of weird. I believe you have to take off, then it gives you access to the camera, so you can't actually film on the ground. So I'm gonna go ahead and we'll take off. Now it's got 15 gigs of internal storage, so you don't actually have a an SD card, but that's a pretty good amount of internal storage. You connect it by USB and download the images or video, which I've not done yet. And I think you have to have power to the drone too to connect it. So make sure you have some battery power before you connect it to the computer. So let's go ahead and we'll see if it'll take off here. And yes, it is. It's going to ease it up a little more. Now a little bit. Now that it's up, I'm going to move it forward a little bit so you guys can see it. It's pretty windy today. That storm's moving away here, but the breeze seems to do just fine. The powerful brushless motors and the various position holding equipment like the optical flow and the GPS. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to camera now, and it's set on video. I'm gonna start recording some video. And now it's recording. Now, I believe if you change modes, let's say if you wanna go from, you have to go back to your controls to bring them back up. I'm gonna fly a little farther away so you guys can hear me. If you do switch modes with this drone, I believe it stops recording. Like if you wanna go from pilot mode to selfie or to journey mode, or it's also got it's got an orbit mode too. And I'm trying to see if it has a follow me mode, which follows your controller. It follows your phone, I should say. And let's see, I may have canceled the recording there. I did. So as soon as I exited that, I actually it stopped recording. So I'm gonna go back and start recording again, and we may just start the footage from here actually, since there was nothing, I didn't do anything on the other footage. So we're looking straight out now across the road. I'm gonna get the controls back up and we'll yaw around here. I'm gonna bring it forward towards me. I'm gonna take it up a little higher. Hey guys, let's see. Now we can tilt the camera down. See, it's kind of quick. If you're doing it with the phone, you're doing this all over Wi-Fi. Even the controller is going to be that way too, because it's Bluetooth to your phone, and then that's relayed to the drone. Now you see, I've got 20% battery already, so this battery is not going to last long. So let's see if I bring it forward here and try to see if I can go ahead and stop recording. Well, it'll do it automatically. I'm going to try that journey mode really quick if I got enough battery. And I got the tilt here. Maybe something like, let's try it like there. And the camera, let's start recording. Now it says it can't do journey mode now because the battery's at 19%. Well guys, like I said, it's not anything that anybody's doing wrong here. The battery's just old. And as you can see, it flies nice though. Let's just fly it around for a second here. I'm gonna see if I can just start recording it again, just so you guys can get a little bit of footage. Hopefully I'm not looking down at my phone too much and not getting it in the field of view. That's easy enough to do. It seemed like it flew longer yesterday. I don't think I've been flying 8 or 9 minutes yet, but I'm 18% battery. So this battery's certain, but this battery's shot. I don't have a spare. So we got low voltage now at 16%. So stock battery, a brand new battery is gonna fly a lot longer than this. I'm gonna pick up a new battery so you guys can maybe might try to get one and do a follow-up video on this, but at least you guys can see how this works. But it's gonna want to bring itself on down here and land in a moment, I believe. So I apologize for not being able to get any other modes filmed. I could charge this up, go and come out and film each mode is almost what I need to do, but it's really kind of pointless with this battery being so old. It wasn't this bad for me yesterday even, so I thought I had enough time to at least do a little bit more. But man, it dropped from 100% down to 20 but 95 to 20, and literally it would seem like a minute there. Not super sporty, but you don't want it to be. It's a selfie drone. But I really like it. I like the camera. The image stabilization at 1080p seems to be pretty good. There I am. If I can get the yaw, let's tilt the camera up a little bit. There we go. I'm at 11% battery, so it's going to say to land now, or it's going to try to land here in just a second. If this had a good amount of battery, this would be kind of drone would be perfect to take up and, you know, look at the sky off in the distance or something like that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and tell it to land. We're at 11% battery just about, so. We'll do one here quick. It's pretty easy to fly this with the control, with the phone, I should say. The controller is going to be better though you're also going to have a little bit more lag because you're going by the Bluetooth to the phone. But for a drone like this, that's fine. It's pretty windy and it's not having a problem. So you can see it's holding position pretty good. It's looking down at the ground with the optical flow, and that's going to be able to help it determine position in conjunction with the GPS. The infrared, I believe that's going to be for helping to detect the ground on landings, I think. I believe that's what that's for. Kind of like obstacle avoidance, we use that to detect where an object is. All right, we're at 9% battery. I'm going to go ahead and auto land here. So come on down. All right, that worked pretty well. And I believe it stops recording automatically, so all I've got is the takeoff button. So hopefully I got the footage stored here on the internal storage, so I can just put some video and picture with this. So as I said, the battery on this thing's pretty much shot. I don't know how much Brian flew this, but as we know, any LiPo will go bad over time. And because this is not a smart battery, it doesn't have, you know, any way of self-discharging as far as I know. So it won't discharge itself down to storage voltage. So that's another reason if it's sitting too long for too low or too long fully charged, that's going to damage the battery too. And I don't think that's the case, but just over time, these things do go bad. So I will try to get a battery for this at some point, a new one. But at least you guys get an idea. It flies nice, and you know, the camera's nice. So there's plenty of reviews out there if you guys are interested. But if you're, you know, running the regulars to my channel, you know, I wanted to at least get this up and fly it. If you've never seen a Breeze, at least it gives you an idea. This is a nice little drone, and you know, it's rather inexpensive now, which is really nice. You know, if you can get it for around $100, that's great. I think these things were $300 when they first came out a couple of years ago. All right, guys, that should wrap up this quick overview flight of the Yuneec Breeze 4K. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, guys, if you're not a subscriber. Click that bell so you know when I do upload a new video. And as always, guys, have a great day.
The power of the dark side.